fuckers.
What's going on, guys? And we're back with another Saturday episode of MLB News and NBA News. Before we start the episode, I just want to remind you guys that we are on anchor.fn/DND1, where you can find us on any streaming platform that you guys want to listen to us, whether it be Google, Crashbox, Google Play. We're also on YouTube. That's about it. So, like, subscribe. If you guys want to hear us anywhere else while you're on the move, you know where to find us. So we're going to hop right into, as we usually do, the MLB standings and what has transpired over the last week. Jeez. So, Danny, hit us off with them National League standings.
All right, in the National League Central, the Cardinals they got a 4-game lead over the Brewers. They're 67 and 51. The Brewers are 63 and 55 and falling fast. The Cubs, they're 51 and 67. The Pirates are 47 and 72. The Reds are 46 and 71. In the National League East, the Mets, they're 77 and 43. They got a 3.5-game lead over Atlanta. They are 74 and 47. The Phillies, they are 65 and 53. The Marlins are 52 and 67, and the Nationals are 41 and 80. And in the National League West, the Dodgers, they're 82 and 36. They have an 18-game lead over the Padres. They are 66 and 56. Giants are 59 and 60. Diamondbacks 55 and 64, and the Rockies are 52 and 69.
Oh no, we suck again.
Well, you're not the worst team in the league, so
hey, in my eyes we are. All right. I think the Brewers are done.
I was looking at the standings the other day, and I think I was listening to the Fan, or I was watching something on YouTube or whatever it was somewhere, and they had stressed that as well. And honestly, I do too.
I think that move to get rid of Hader.
That Josh Hader trade really was.
I think that was a bomb in the clubhouse. That really hit them. I think that's affected them in the way they play.
I mean, I still think they'll make the playoffs because you got the Mets and the Dodgers, the first two seeds, and then you have the Cardinals winning their division.
Mm-hmm.
So they're essentially going to be the one division winner that's going to be in the wild card series. And outside of the Brewers and the Padres, there's nobody else. Because Atlanta's going to have the number one seed as far as for a wild card team. So they're going to host all three of the the wild card games. Because the wild card team with the highest seed hosts all three games. So, like I said, essentially, no one else is going to catch Philly or the Padres. So, I've seen crazier things happen. The Giants essentially could still kind of put themselves into it if they just go on a tear from here on out, and if the Brewers really continue to fall fast. But if they can somehow at least manage to play 500 ball from here on out, they'll probably be the sixth seed for the wild card, and they'll be playing on the road.
We're looking at it right now. I do think the Brewers are done. They have a shot, and I think their only shot at this is to either catch Philly or the Dodgers. Not the Dodgers, the Padres.
It's not going to happen. I think they're going to fall just enough to still make the playoffs, but they'll be that sixth seed.
So they're going to have to bump somebody out. It's either going to be Philly or the Padres. The Padres have 4 more games than them right now. So the Brewers, in a sense, hypothetically, within those 4 games, have a chance to jump them.
It could happen, but like I said, they're not going to bump anybody out. They're just going to keep playing the way that they play. Hopefully, it doesn't really get too much worse than what it is now. And they're just going to drop down to the 6th seed. And honestly,
drop down. They're the 7th seed right now. They would have to jump up. Because it's the Mets, Dodgers, first round bye. Then you have the Cards, right? Then you have the Braves, Phillies, and Padres.
That's only 5 though, right? Isn't it?
That's 6. They're the
That's
7th
6.
seed.
Hold on.
Yeah, like I'll put it up right. The Mets. All right, so Dodgers 82 and 36, number
Oh,
one.
right, right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Right.
yeah.
No,
Right
you
now they're out. So the only team I could see like the let's see the Padres.
and they're only
Padres
they're only a game out. They're a game behind the Padres.
essentially.
You know, I mean, not for nothing. Since the Soto trade, the Padres haven't exactly hit the ground running, and now they're going to be definitely without Tatis for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but if they just keep falling fast, yeah, I didn't even see that one game back from the wild card.
They're one game back of no, 2 games back of the Phillies and like
My bad, but I don't know. Honestly, I really don't.
I mean they're at 118 games, the Brewers. So that's 44.
There's about 42 or 43 games left.
Yeah, 44 games. They got to go on like a
You got to win at least
25.
At least
25 to get yourself in there.
To keep yourself there.
I mean, it's not outside of them to not do it. I think they can do it. I just don't think the way they're playing, it's going to happen.
No.
And to be honest, I think everybody in the NL is kind of hoping for fucking the Brewers to clip the Padres out. I'm sorry. I mean, you just said it. The Padres haven't hit the ground running, and they're not playing great.
No, but they're playing good enough.
Yeah, but nobody wants to see that lineup in the playoffs.
No, but I mean, look at the pitching that Atlanta has, and look at the pitching that the Mets have. The Cardinals they've been playing a lot better. That addition of Jordan Montgomery, that trade they made with the Yankees at the deadline, that's definitely helped. I think Montgomery's won
2 or 3 games.
I think his first 2 or 3 games as a Cardinal, and he's pitching really well.
Yeah, for the Yankees, that's a definitely.
Especially with the issues that they have right now and the way they've been playing over the last 50 games or so.
The Yankees are definitely in their feelings.
I wouldn't say that yet because the only reason why that their season or not the season, but the only reason why that the standings are still the way that it is in that division is because they had an amazing first half and because everybody else behind them hasn't played up to par, especially the Blue Jays. If the Blue Jays have played the way they were supposed to all year, it would be the same thing as the East in the National League. They'd have a 3 or 4 game lead, maybe 5. So they'd be in the same position as the Mets, essentially.
Yeah.
But
so we have the Yankees in the East, 73 and 47. They're 8 games up. The Blue Jays, 64 and 54. The Rays, 63 and 55. The Orioles, 62 and 57. I gotta give them another round of fucking applause, man.
let's go fucking Orioles,
yes.
man. Yeah.
Let's go fucking Orioles.
Right?
The Red Sox, 59 and 61. They're 14 games out. The Central, the Cleveland Indians, 64 and 55. They're up a game on the Minnesota Twins, who are 62 and 55. The White Sox, 61 and 59. They're still holding on for hope.
They're done. That division has been up and down all year. The Twins were leading. I think the White Sox at one point were kind of there for like a day or 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, did you hear what happened to Chicago White Sox? Dude, essentially, they've had the most injuries this year. Every single position has been injured.
What did we talk about before the season started? They're a young team, but they had injuries last year. Is this team going to stay healthy? And even if the team stays healthy, I mean, I still wouldn't have picked them the clear-cut favorite to win that division.
Yeah, they were my pick too.
Talented, and Cleveland's very talented.
Mm-hmm. The Royals 49 and 72, bruh. The Tigers 45 and 76, bruh. The Astros leading the division 77 and 44. They're 10.5 games up on the Mariners, who are 66 and 54. The Rangers 53 and 66. Angels 52 and 67. The Athletics 43 and 77. So as it looks right now, we have the Astros at number 1, the Yankees at number 2, Cleveland at number 3, uh, the Mariners at number 4, the Blue Jays at number 5, and the Rays at number 6. The Twins, White Sox, and the Orioles
White
are.
Sox are done. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
just
they're
saying
only.
for who's in the hunt.
I know, but they're done. They're, they might only be 3 games back, but with all their injuries, there's no way they're gonna. It's just I don't see it happening. I really don't.
Well, I mean, it's literally right now. It's between, I would say, Orioles, Rays, and Twins. I mean, yes, the White Sox are in the hunt. Um, like we just said a second ago, they've been dealing with injuries out of a normal and at a huge price. Like I just said, almost everybody position wise on that team has been hurt, and also almost every bone or part of the body that can get hurt has been hurt on the White Sox, minus like a thumb or an ankle.
And minus Dylan Cease, who's
Just been
prob-
phenomenal.
probably top 2, top 3 for AL Cy Young this year.
Yeah,
So
he definitely should be in that conversation because
he
he's done
is.
something.
He's up there with Scherzer, and I think that guy from Tampa Bay. I forgot his name. Shane something, I think it is.
Shane Sung.
So
Is mine.
honestly, I'm really hoping Baltimore grabs that last wild card spot. I really am.
So am I. I really would love to see it. I mean, essentially they're what a game and a half behind the Rays. So I mean, the Rays right now are in the last 10 or 5-5. So are the Orioles. Um, so I think
You know,
it's gonna come down to this last month of who's gonna be in it. I would definitely enjoy to see the Orioles get in after trading all their pieces to like kind of like they didn't want to pay Trey Mancini, a couple other guys. For them to still make the playoffs, that's got to say a lot to the MLB and to the Baltimore Oriole fans just in general.
the organization too.
You know, and hopefully this starts a pattern for them of being consistent. I don't want to see them have a great year this year and then next year they're fucking where Detroit is at 45 and 76.
I don't think they'll be that far, but I mean, this is kind of like honestly, Baltimore right now is like catching lightning in a bottle. And how far is it going to take them? We don't know. But I think next year is you're not going to see really too much regression, but I don't think you're really going to see too much progression. So I think they're going to kind of, you know, linger around being like a 500 team next year because, I mean, look, you got the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Yankees in that division. I mean, the Red Sox, they have, some things that they need to address in the offseason. So
I think first it starts with firing that head coach.
well,
I haven't seen in such a long time such a good baseball team like on paper play like little leaguers. They play like they're all over the fucking place. There's no discipline. There's nothing.
you could also say the same thing for the Yankees. I mean, I've heard on a fan a little bit, there might be a couple of Yankee fans already calling for Aaron Boone's head.
I would say Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman's fucking
And the
head.
Yankees are losing 4-1 right now.
And
So, but
I'll tell you one thing: the Orioles are definitely looking at the playoffs, thinking this: there's an imposter among us.
I mean, if they make the playoffs, I don't see them, getting out of that wild card series. But I mean, you never know. Crazier things have happened. I mean, honestly, what would be dope is if they get that last wild card spot and then they have to go to Seattle and play a 3-game set in Seattle that would be a great
fucking
series.
great series.
I would definitely watch that for
Yes.
sure.
Two teams kind of relatively young, having great years. I think that'd be a great way to set off the playoffs right there.
And then the Twins would play Toronto.
That's also a good series.
No, wait. No, not the Twins. Then Cleveland would play Toronto.
Yeah, Cleveland would. All right, so Cleveland would. That's still a good series.
I'd really be looking for Seattle and Baltimore because that just, the way that these two teams have gotten hot, kind of like Seattle was hot before the All Star break. They won like I think 13 games going into the All Star break,
Damn.
and then they got swept by the Astros right at the start of the second half. But
Well, Met fans and the Met organization are definitely looking for some help tonight from Houston.
yeah, I mean they got fucking shellacked last night. They lost. I think it was 6-2 or 7-2.
Yeah, right now it's New York's up 3-0.
Yeah.
Man on first and third, one out, and the squirrel is up.
Yep. So
I mean, but we have to. We literally. And that'll score a run, make it 4-0.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Essentially, you know, Met fans are like, it's all coming together.
You know,
Hey, look, maybe it's the time for the Mets to just get out of the limelight. Do your thing, put your head down, stay the course. Yes, that Atlanta series was rough. I expected them to at least take... I expected it to be a split. Now, nobody's seen Carrasco and Taiwan to get hurt. You know what I mean? That threw a monkey wrench right in those first two games. And you can see it. I mean, the Mets kind of looked like they were thrown off guard.
They were.
Oh, shit. And they were playing out of character those two games. What have they been doing all year? They've been working the pitchers, working the counts, you know, taking good at-bats, being patient. And those first two games, they were swinging at everything. And, like, I think we talked about it off air. I feel as if there was a sense of urgency, like, oh, shit, we have to score runs now. Like, they got off of off of their scheduled, you know, what they were doing all year. The Scherzer game, I'm sorry. When he pitches, that team is alive and awake. Like, they're like, oh, I don't want to be the guy to fuck up and not get a run.
No, he's the raging bull for sure.
Exactly. So where you
DeGrom's your silent assassin.
Yeah, but you have, you know, bases loaded, sixth inning. It's a 1-0 game, 2 outs, and you hit a pop fly, and you know you go back into the fucking dugout, and Max Scherzer's like,
"How dare
you?" Yeah, like.
No, but it's not even that. It's just you can see the look in his eye, like when they show him in the dugout.
Which one?
Any one of them.
Which one? Which one eye though? There's a blue one and there's a fucking brown one.
You can look into his eyes and you can just see like. You can just see everything stirring in the pot, like.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see the intensity in his eyes. So as we were saying, like, you know, Atlanta took 3 out of 4. Okay, but a month ago you guys took 4 out of 5. It's a division rival.
Not even a month ago.
Not even a month ago. I was just saying in terms.
Week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, but
they return the favor.
I would say these are the best teams in the National League, barring the Dodgers. They play in the same division. Atlanta had just won a World Series. They're still a very good team.
They are.
You know, I would have loved if the Mets had if split or took 3 out of 1, because then that would have literally planted the fucking flag. This division is ours. You're not having it.
Even if they had won 3 out of 4 in Atlanta, I wouldn't be comfortable saying that, because you still have a month and a half to go, give or take, and we've seen some shit happen before, so I wouldn't be ready to say that yet.
Well, it's also like I was saying to you, I think was it last night. You just got to keep them at 3.5 games. If you can keep them at 3.5 games to that final series, it's done. You won.
Yeah, because even if they get swept that final series, the Mets would still win the division by a half a game. Granted, that wouldn't be looking good or feeling good going into the playoffs, but.
Well, like they say all the time, just get in. That's all. It's the second season. There's 2 seasons in baseball and in every sport. Your regular season and then your postseason. You know, it's just get in. We've seen stranger things in from different sports, from different teams at a time that just slide in. Atlanta last year.
Well, they didn't really slide and they ended up overtaking the division, but the way that they ended up turning it on, the additions they made at the deadline, they literally just took the fuck off. And, well, once the ground went down last year, that was it.
Yeah. But, I mean, they weren't dominating all year as, like, the Dodgers or Houston had. That's what I'm
No.
saying. They kind of just slid in there. Like they were like, all right, let's just get in. We get in, we can make something happen.
Right.
So that's what I'm just saying, and I say it to you, and I know you're waiting and hoping for the crash to happen.
I want to see success, but I'm honestly still skeptical.
I don't blame you for being skeptical.
I can't act. I'm not saying it's not a different team. I can't say that the mojo's different, the energy, the way they play. I can't say that it's not different, but
But it is.
I can't be like these other Met fans that are like, oh, fucking super confident and like nah, bro. Like 17 to go, up 7. I'm not gonna. Nope. I'm not gonna fucking get on my high horse until the postseason starts. Then I'll feel a little bit better.
I mean, we'll see. As
But
people
I'll
know here-
also be a lot more nervous, nerve wracking too, because
Oh God, yeah. But I think the big win out of this is gonna be that 4 or 5 day break of rest. I think that's gonna come into a big picture for the Mets. Because in other sports we've seen the NFL. You have those teams that they crush it throughout the year. They take the number 1 seed.
it's actually going to be more than 4. It's going to be about a week.
Yeah. So
Because the postseason, the NLDS and ALDS is going to start on the 11th, and the wild card starts on the 7th.
yes. So like what I was saying is in football you'll see a team like Green Bay, right? They'll crush the whole conference. They'll be the number 1 team. They get 2 weeks off or something like that, and they come out flat-footed. You know what I mean? I don't think baseball is like that. Baseball is just because it's so long of a season that rest is a big key.
Yes, but it can be. Too much rest can be a problem.
Yes, it can. It can be, but I don't think statistically, if you want to look at it from stats or history of patterns, I don't think it affects baseball to that degree as it would in the NFL. I'm not saying it can't. It can, but it's not likely.
And if that happens, the only thing that I'm really worried about is the offense. I think that rest for the pitching will be sufficient, but I think having that at least week off between the end of the season and the start of the division series, that team could show up in the first 2 games and just be asleep.
They could be.
And just.
But I do.
And then if that happens, you could essentially be down 0-2 in a 5-game series. Now you got to win 3 in a row.
But I just, for Starling Marte, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, Jeff McNeil, that they need rest.
I'm not saying they don't.
They've been playing
Marte.
essentially every game. Like, what was it? I think it was the Philly series last weekend. Buck was like, yeah, Sisk, I want to give you a day off. And Francisco was like, no. No. He was like, look.
Stop it. Get some help.
And I'm right here. I'm going to help you.
And at this point, it's like every game is so crucial. It's like, it's hard to do that, especially with Guillermo being injured and Escobar being hurt. You can't really slide guys over.
But there's a positive to that. Brett Batty. Look, first time playing in the majors, first at bat, hits a home run.
I get it, but
it's gonna take some time for him to adjust because you're now every day you're playing against major league pitching. So I think he'll get better.
Yeah, but if they go into the playoffs and he's on the roster, I don't think he's going to have the same effect that Conforto had in 2015, because Conforto had a nice postseason in 2015. You know what?
You hope he has. If that's the case, you hope he has an Alex Rodriguez postseason then.
That's not going to
happen.
And shit the bed?
No.
Like A-Rod did every year up until 2009?
Yes, but that 2009 series, right? Through the playoffs, he was still on par with what he was doing every playoff, right? Shit. They got to the big stage of the World Series, that motherfucker hit lights out. Like, something clicked in him like, oh, no, I may only get one of these. I may only get one of these.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You know, and I'm not saying that Brett Batty is as good as Alex Rodriguez. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying just if he's gonna have a shitty postseason, hopefully it's only shitty until they get to the World Series.
Well, if they get to the World Series, they're going to be playing Houston, and that's going to be fun.
I don't think they're gonna be playing Houston.
I think so because I don't honestly.
I think.
I don't see the Yankees making it. I just.
Well, look what happened last night. Jordan Alvarez fucking comes off the field. He says he didn't feel good. He went to the hospital. He's out of the hospital now. I try to find out what was wrong with him. They didn't disclose it at right now because it just happened last night. But he says he's feeling all right. So there may be an issue with him there. They already lost their center fielder for the year. There's some chinks in that armor.
I don't think so. I think even with as good as the Dodgers have been playing over the last couple of weeks with that 12-game win streak and everything, and the issues they have in their rotation, I think the Astros are the most complete team right now. I don't see any. Look, and every team has a weakness to a degree.
Yes.
But I think 98.9% Houston's complete. They lost to Atlanta last night, but man,
Well, they're not gonna. In baseball, it's impossible to win every game. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not.
So.
It's not. So, but I would agree, yes. But I do see some chinks in Houston's armor, and like you said, technically every team has a weakness to them.
Yeah.
I just have a feeling it's gonna be either the Mariners or the Blue Jays.
Going to the World Series?
Yeah, I just haven't a little. I just have a little feeling. Something like, you ever have those feelings like in the back of your head, that thought, and you're like, it's like Murphy's Law. Whatever can happen will happen. So it's like, no, these teams are on the rise, and it's the regular season. Like I said before, there's 2 seasons: it's the regular season and the postseason. Somebody is gonna blow up, and there's gonna be some shockers. You can't even say if the Yankees get booted in the second round, it's a shock. No, they're playing like absolute dog shit.
I don't even see them getting out of the division series. I really don't.
That's what I'm saying. Well, they're gonna make it past the first round because they'll have that bye.
No, yeah.
I don't see them getting out of the second round. I think they're gonna get booted, and they're either gonna get booted by either Tampa or the Mariners, because the Blue Jays will be playing Cleveland, and then they'll have to play Houston.
And I just can't see anybody dethrone. I mean, granted, they didn't win the World Series last year, but I just can't see anybody dethroning Houston. I say it's Houston all the way out of the American League. The National League is a little more up in the air. The Braves are really good. They won last year. The Dodgers, the Mets, I mean, who knows? Padres make the playoffs. Juan Soto gets hot at the right time.
Along with Machado in their lineup.
Yeah, so, it's...
Look, I'm not saying, if anybody that watches, I'm not saying Houston sucks, okay? I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying that they have gaps or holes. I said I see little chinks. I see little things that have me in the back of my mind saying, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going back. I don't think they're going back. What goes up must come down.
Yeah, at some point, but, I mean...
Look, Houston, all I'm saying is, look.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That's all I feel, right?
You don't think so, but I think so.
But I wouldn't be mad at anybody saying, "Oh no, they are going back." Okay, they could. I personally, I think I think we're gonna see an electric postseason this year. We're gonna see some surprises, and especially if the Rays get knocked and Baltimore goes in, and then like we already talked about, that Baltimore versus Mariners series is probably gonna be one of the best series if it transpires like that.
Yes,
That would be an awesome postseason.
Yeah.
Just look at the storylines for it. Right.
So where they started the year, where they are now.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying for every team. Look at the storylines potentially for the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. There's a storyline for every team.
Yeah.
We haven't really had that in a while for baseball, right? Blue Jays were predicted to have this big 100-game season. They're not on par. The Yankees were projected to be shit. They start out like gangbusters on a record pace.
And now they're saying,
Now
oh,
they're
Yankees are
dog
going to
shit.
win 120 games, and now look at them over the last 40, 50 games.
Exactly. So then you have that. Then you have Baltimore, a team on the rise that was dismantling itself. They sneak in, right? Then you have Blue Jays, the Yankees. You have Cleveland. Nobody even thought Cleveland would be in that conversation to make the playoffs.
No, I didn't have them where they are now.
They win the division, right? Then you have, let's see, Houston. We all suspect them, but who's seen the Mariners coming?
Yeah, right.
You have Houston back for blood because they feel like they shouldn't have lost that series last year. You have the Mariners, a young team on the rise that thinks that they can play. They could play with anybody.
I mean, not for nothing. Look at how the Angels started the year. The Angels started the year fucking super hot, and then all of a sudden, it didn't start. It literally went complete like fucking straight down, like just a complete free fall. That's all it was. It was like just dropping the anvil out of the sky and just. You're not gonna stop that.
But that's just the American League. Now let's look at the NL League storylines. The Mets make some moves. They're hot. They're playing really consistent. They have DeGrom and Scherzer, the 1-2 punch. Atlanta looking to get back and win another one.
Looking just as formidable as last year.
Exactly. Philly's competing at a high level, even with what's his name, Bryce Harper going down for the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, but I think he'll
be ready by September. He's coming back.
Yeah.
But they fire their head coach, right?
And since they fired their head coach, they've gone like 43 and like 20. So they've been playing amazing.
Okay, the Cinderella story. Let's go over to St. Louis. They're right in the middle of the pack. They make some trades. Now they're fucking off to the races. The Brewers, if they make it, the big trade, the trade hater, that's going to be their storyline. It's been a fight all year. They've been up and down. They've been grinding,
battling, yeah.
Right, L.A. on the actual pace the Yankee fans thought they were going to be on.
Yeah, I mean, there's 43 games left. I mean,
they have 83.
I don't see why the Dodgers, honestly, they're probably going to win 30 of their last 43.
Yeah.
They're going to probably win, I think, honestly,
They'll
100.
Probably win 35 out of their last 43.
They'll probably win at least 108 games.
Well, if you add 35 to the 83.
17, no, they're at 82 25. Right now.
It says 80. I thought I seen 83.
It's 82. 82 and 40 something.
82 and 36. Okay.
So you figure that's 18 and 8. That's 26
it's 17.
games.
It's 117 games.
No, 18 and 8. So 18 to get to 100, and then 108 wins. So that's 18 and 8. That's 26.
So
they can definitely win 108 games for sure.
All right. So then you have the Padres. They make the big gangbuster trade. Juan Soto, Tatis is suspended, Josh Bell, Machado, Yu Darvish. The whole playoffs and we just named potential teams that could be in it throughout all of this, throughout the mix of these last 44 games. 43 games. There's a storyline to every team. So
September's going to be a fun month.
Yes, it is.
And honestly, going into the playoffs, I mean, as good as the Dodgers have been playing, and Walker Buehler's out for the year with an elbow injury. I mean, he's gonna need elbow surgery. He had Tommy John surgery when he was drafted in 2015. He had a bone spur removed from his elbow this year.
Good God.
I mean, we're gonna know more in a couple days on the 23rd. But even as good as they've been playing, can they survive that in the postseason? The postseason's a different game.
Yeah.
Kershaw's coming back from a back injury. Tony Gonsolin, he's exceeding his career high in innings pitched.
Nestor Cortez.
Tyler Anderson is essentially, for his whole career, has been a journeyman. And we know what we're going to get at Julio Urias. So, not having Walker Buehler is going to put a lot more strain on these guys.
Yeah.
And granted, yes, right now they're playing fine. But it's the regular season. If they play the Mets They have a great offense. I'm not, but if you go up against Atlanta or if you go up against the Mets, Scherzer and DeGrom, 1-2 punch. And Atlanta's got their own formidable rotation too. So
Yeah.
right now they're doing fine. But come playoff time, how tired are those guys going to be? You know, by the time the playoffs start, that innings issue with Tony Gonsolin, is that going to blow up in their face? And who starts game one?
Yeah.
You
Probably
know,
Kershaw. He's
if you
not
don't
what
get
he's not, he's still a great pitcher, but he's not who he was 3 or 4 years ago.
no, so that's
Eh,
an issue. I mean, it's something to definitely pay attention to going forward. Right now, they're doing fine, but like I said, postseason, that's when it matters. Getting there is one thing, but then finishing, so like I said before, postseason starts on the 7th. There's 4 best-of-3 wild card games series. The division series for the AL and NL start on the 11th. The championship series for the National League starts on the 18th of October, the 19th for the American League, and then the World Series is set to begin on the 28th, stretched until November 5th if Game 7 is necessary.
And Yankee fans, if you're trying to put your fire out in that Yankee house, I would be very weary because
I would be too.
Monday, don't let the Mets come into that house and smack that ass around again.
DeGrom
Don't
and
let.
DeGrom and Scherzer going both games.
I think. Yes, I was gonna ask you that. It is your ass. Oh my lord. Oh my
So
god.
if you lose today, now it's 7. You lose tomorrow, now it's 6. Now you're really gonna start getting worried because you got a month left and your lead is almost only 6 games.
Games.
Dude, that can be wiped out or that can be cut in half in 1 week.
Yeah.
And then especially with DeGrom and Scherzer going Monday and Tuesday. eh, eh,
It's looking
eh.
really dark. Really dark. Really dark.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even have any more wag. Yeah.
It's they were talking about, now I'm gonna make a hot take here. They were talking, oh, we're gonna win 120 games, we're gonna win the World Series. Everybody open your eyes. We may be looking at the biggest collapse ever in the MLB.
I mean, they'll still make the playoffs, but I mean,
But you're gonna get booted.
they essentially could. I mean, granted, anything can happen, but to be on the tear that they were on, and now the way that they've been playing over the last 40, 50 games, and look, the Mets, I don't like, and they have a better record now. Granted, record, is not going to determine what happens to the team by the end of the year, with World Series and everything like that. But
Dude, right now, I mean, all right. So they got one more game with the Blue Jays, then they got 2 against the Mets, then they have a 4-game slide against the Athletics. So, Yankee fans, if you don't take 3 out of 4 there,
yeah,
then they play the Angels 3 games, then they play the Rays 3 games, then the Twins, and then the Rays again. So
and I think they still play Toronto one more time before the year is out.
yeah, it only takes me up to September 10th, which is bullshit.
Um,
I got it right here.
got it.
Yeah, I got it. Let's see.
So
All right, so then they play the Twins for a 4-game set, then Tampa again, then Boston for 2 games, then Milwaukee for 3 games, then the Pirates for 2 games, then Boston for 4, then Toronto 3, and then 1 game against Toronto for 3. No, shut the fuck up. Then Baltimore for a 3-game set, then the Texans for 4 games, and then it's done.
I mean, not for nothing. Like, that's not the hardest schedule, but the way that they've been playing over the last 40, 50 games, That could be cause for concern. I mean, are they gonna play this way the rest of the year? I don't think so. But I mean, damn, you're cutting it kind of close now. Now you're really.
That's not even real close, bro. It's how could you
It's
like?
like, yo, the tension. Like, I mean, you could probably say most Yankee fans aren't worried, but honestly, I feel they are. I really do, and I feel like there's so much tension. It's like, whew,
Well, they have 42 games left. After today, they'll have 41. 41 games.
they're on the verge of getting swept by the Blue Jays,
Uh-huh.
and this was a big series for them coming in to this weekend. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, getting swept Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They lost Thursday and Friday. They're losing today. Yo,
It could be 6 games by
yo,
Tuesday.
by Monday, yeah,
By Tuesday.
by worse
But
than
no, by Monday, 6 games. And then they say if the Blue Jays win 2 games and the Mets sweep them, it's 4 games now
with a month to go.
with a month to go. This is what I'm saying, dude. They may be wild card bound,
I don't think so. I don't.
dude. If they out of the next 41 games, if they lose, let's say we'll split it in half. Say they lose 21 and they win 20, so they'll be
That'll be 93 and 67.
67. And if it's 6 games by Wednesday, or no 4 games by Wednesday for the Blue Jays, you don't think they can catch them 4 games in a month?
And Toronto's getting hot at the right moment.
Uh-huh.
It seems. Let's go, Toronto. Keep playing like this, bro.
And
Come
it's
on
also
now.
and it's also you got to watch out for the Rays because they're right behind. The Rays are 5-5 in their last 10. Orioles are 5-5. Dude, like I said, the hot take, and we may be watching the biggest collapse in MLB history this season.
It's potentially, yeah.
It could get really, really bad.
Yep. So, yeah, I want to see it happen, and I just do. Like,
I would love to see it happen because it'd be fucking hilarious to dish right back to Yankee fans. Greatest start in MLB history. Worst.
greatest start in MLB history, on pace to win 120, and you got a player on pace to break Roger Maris's record, and then you collapse the way you do. Oh, if that's not emotional damage, I don't know what is.
That is.
Oh man.
Emotional damage.
Bad.
Like
That's real bad.
It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to, but
we
can. Could be watching the like I'm gonna say it again, the biggest collapse we've ever seen in an MLB team. Because I don't think anybody's ever done that before.
Well, I mean, for the Mets in 07 and 08 were pretty big. I mean, that was up 7 with 17 to go. That's
Yeah, but I'm talking about record-wise. For a team to start out the way they did and then just crumble. And the funniest thing is, remember I was saying it before the season started, I was like, with this lineup, I just don't see it. Like, yeah, you got Judge. Like, we weren't seeing this year from Judge yet, right?
right.
We were thinking his average and Stanton and all that. Like, yo, this lineup really wasn't going to compete. And, yeah, they proved me wrong in the first half, but I think they're going to come ring home true for me at the end.
it might.
Dude, if they fucking really get jumped in their division, that has to be up there almost top 10, right?
Top 10 worst collapses. For a team
then to go
yeah.
wild card and get booted, get like 1-2 right out. Boop, boop.
Yo, I swear, if that happens, the day after they get knocked out of the wild card round, I'm gonna be listening to the fan, listening to all the Yankee fans calling in. Sour.
And because it's New York and because it's Yankee fans, people are gonna be out on their ass. Boone,
he's gone.
Cashman potentially.
Well, he's already potentially on his way out the door regardless, but yeah.
All right, so let's break into some
interesting
MLB news concerned with that's been going on, I guess, for the last week. I already mentioned Jordan Alvarez left last night's game due to illness and was hospitalized, but he says
I
he's
brought up
doing.
the Dodgers.
Yeah, Stanton begins his AAA rehab assignment. And Marcell Ozuna was arrested for a DUI the other day.
And I read the article about that, and it's like he denied to like
Take a
take a
breathalyzer,
breathalyzer, and I'm
blood.
like, bro, like
And it
what?
said in quotes, he said, "Nah, man, I can't do that. Just take me to jail."
Like,
Like
like,
what?
like, really? That's your attitude? Like, yo, like,
Like what? Like
like, go fuck yourself. Seriously. Like, if I'm a Braves fan, go fuck yourself, Ozuna. Like,
Stop it. Get some help.
you need
what
some
the
help.
fuck are you doing?
Now, I mean,
The MLB is definitely going to suspend him. 100%.
maybe.
And well, the Atlanta Braves should suspend him.
I don't know. I don't know if they will. I mean, in a pennant race, I don't know.
Well, shouldn't he be penalized?
Absolutely, he should be. What that's going to be, I don't know.
How many games do you think that would be? Let me look that up.
I don't know. I don't think it would really be too much. You know, it's not like a domestic violence case or
He had
anything
that
like
already.
that. Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying it's not like anything like that. A
4D.
couple games maybe. But like I said, I think he's already out because I think he was injured. I mean, the Mets didn't see him in this last series in Atlanta, so I don't know.
Yo, they have footage of my man on Twitter.
I can't see. I mean, I can hear it, but
Hey, the reason I'm stopping you, you're speeding on this road, boss. Yeah, you're going pretty fast. You know what the speed limit is? No, bro. 45. 45, man.
Oh, I saw it.
tweet me in that so I can check it out after the
I
show.
gotcha.
Fucking guy. But and there's another that's like, you know, like you said, the NFL has that service where it drives players around.
So does the MLB.
So then what the fuck is wrong with these guys, bro? Like, does anybody, as far as an athlete goes, do you not know that Henry Ruggs just got life in jail
Yeah, for
for
killing.
doing the same thing and then killing somebody? Like,
There's no sense behind it. There's no logic behind it. There's like and like my dad always says, oh, these guys are kids. Well, Ozuna is fucking. Let's see. I saw Ozuna. Oh, dude, they got the whole film.
that's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
All right. Ozuna is my age. He's 31 years old.
He's our age.
Exactly. So there's no excuse. There's none. You should.
Nope.
If we don't do it, why in the fuck do you think you could do it? Obviously, you got put in fucking cuffs, and now you're gonna have to deal with a DUI.
I mean, not for nothing. We have some friends, and I've spoken to some people that say, "Oh, I know what I'm doing. I can handle myself." Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you can't.
We all say that until something happens. Who are you, fucking Superman? What are you, God? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, so I have no remorse for Ozuna. He deserves exactly what he's gonna get. It's probably not gonna be a lot of game suspension though. Probably maybe 10.
If he even gets suspended at all.
Which
Honestly.
that needs to change. That needs to change. Because football players are getting suspended for fucking 6 games for that shit.
Yeah, dude, they get suspended if I remember reading an article where like they get fined or suspended if they don't wear like
The right
proper.
socks.
Yeah, like yo, go fuck yourself. Like kiss my ass, bro. Like seriously, that's ridiculous.
Like,
How dare you?
Yeah, for real.
and MLB players are out here just getting fucking sloshed in fucking driving. Like, no problem. Yeah, keep playing.
Yeah.
Well, the
So-
MLB really see that'll tell you how much the MLB really cares about their organization. They don't care about their brand. These guys are having domestic violence issues. Probably sexual harassment, driving drunk, and they're getting away with slapping the wrist. The only thing they really care about is steroids. Don't ruin the integrity of our game. Well,
Yeah, or Trevor Bauer getting getting the 2-year ban or whatever it was.
That's bullshit.
Regardless, outside of that or steroids, MLB doesn't come down hard on anybody.
Yeah.
Football comes down the hardest on their athletes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's a reason. That's the reason why they're the number one generated sport in the world. Well, behind soccer, maybe.
I doubt it.
Who the fuck gives a shit about soccer?
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. You're like, oh, you watched the World Cup? Nope, not a fucking game.
I didn't even know what was going on. Seriously.
You gonna watch the Barcelona Cup this fucking week? What the fuck is that? Is that a race? That a NASCAR race?
What is that? The fucking part of the Kentucky Derby or something?
Yeah.
So another thing for baseball, Albert Pujols is 10 home runs away from 700.
Yes. That's
I really hope he gets it. I mean, not this year, not with 40 games left.
10
but
home runs? Could he do it in 40 some odd games? I think he'll get another 1 or 2. 4 at the most.
Is he gonna want to play next year to beat that record?
Dude, just give it 1 more year.
Just, you know what? How about you do it like a game-by-game basis kind of thing? You sign a contract, you play until you hit the 700th, then retire right after it. Walk away. You don't need to play no more. But I'd like to see him get the 700.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've seen, I don't know how many it was, but I think Andres Galarraga retired with like 399 or 499. He was one shy of the next set of numbers, like 400 or 500 or whatever it was. Like, really? Like, yo, you can't play like another month or 2 weeks to get that last home run? Like,
you really got to pull a Bernie Mac and go Mr. 3000 out there.
Seriously,
100%.
I agree.
And don't do no bullshit like he did in the end with a fucking bunt.
Yeah, right.
Bunt.
But I hope he does it.
I hope he does it. I think he'll give it 1 more. I mean, why did he play this season? He played this season to see how close he can get. Well, you're that fucking close. You might as well give it a go for the next year.
I didn't even know if he'd get this close.
If he breaks that 700 mark, he's probably going to go down as the best first baseman.
One of the best first basemen ever.
Well, a lot of people will argue that he's the best.
Oh, I doubt that.
I doubt that.
I doubt it.
All right. Well, the greatest hitting first baseman.
Maybe the greatest home run hitting first baseman. I mean, when you look at the top 10 or whatever it is, I mean, a lot of these guys have, 400, 500 home runs, but Pujols has got almost 7. So, but
700. I mean, 10. He could definitely do it. There's 100% he can. I think he's gonna give it the go.
I hope so. I'll be rooting for him, and I'm not even a Cardinal fan. But I'm all for when players are getting to this point, when they're getting this close to breaking a record or achieving a certain milestone. I want to see it happen. It's great for the game.
It is. It is. Baseball will rejoice in that.
Well, Cardinal fans more, but yeah, it's like I said, it's still something good for baseball.
Yeah, but even if you hate the Cardinals, you still have to respect what he did.
Because when's the next time we're going to see a guy get this close to home runs?
Yeah, to 700 home runs.
So hopefully he does it.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. So let's do our top 5 dead or alive for this week, which is first base. Danny, you go first.
So, number 1, Lou Gehrig. Number 2, Stan Musial, another Cardinal great. Frank Thomas, number 3. Albert Pujols, number 4. And number 5, Miguel Cabrera.
All right. I may get shit for my list. Frank Thomas at number 1.
Over Lou Gehrig? Or
Albert Pujols at number 2.
Oh, my God.
Miguel Cabrera at number 3. Lou Gehrig at number 4. And Keith Hernandez at number 5. What's the matter?
I don't know. I mean, they're all great in their own right, or just in general. But I mean, damn, like, I mean, honestly, the one that's not even necessarily positioning, but the one that strikes me the most is like, and I'm a Met fan, but like, really, like Keith at 5, like, he was a great player. You know, he's a great defender, but I don't.
I think his defense is what shot with like is what pulls him into my top 5. I really haven't seen any other first baseman do the shit he was doing at first base. They usually just stand there on the base and catch the ball. You know what I mean? He was out there playing like a little leaguer, right? Doing all these, pulling down the line. He was just. I think that's what made him special, and he hit pretty goddamn good.
Well, he wasn't a bad hitter.
No,
but
I mean, and Lou. Yes, Lou was great. That's why he's on my list. But I mean, I think he would probably think it's disrespectful if I said this, which I'm gonna say, is he should consider himself the luckiest man on the planet to be on my fucking list. Old ass. He was great though.
And I'm not even a Yankees fan, but like Lou Gehrig is definitely number 1.
Hey, it's my top 5.
I know.
It's my top 5. You want to put him on your list as number 1? Go right ahead. Yes, I think he definitely is in the conversation, if in anybody's opinion, to be in the top 5, let alone in the top 3. Just I put him at number 4. Miguel Cabrera, I think he was a little bit better of a hitter. Albert Pujols, he's about to break 700 home runs.
I mean, the only reason why those two guys are there is because I grew up watching them, and let alone, like you said, he's about to be on the verge of, hitting that 700th home run. So, they definitely get 4 and 5, and I loved watching Frank Thomas as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, the big hurt.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into our power rankings for the NBA, since there's really no fucking news to
What
report.
about the verses?
We'll do the verses after the power rankings.
All right.
All right, so who do you have at number 30, Danny?
Well, when I looked over the list, I looked at like 2 or 3 lists. I kind of, for the most part, stuck with what they had up until the top 10 or the top 10 or 11. I switched their initial 20th for a different team. So at 30, I have the Rockets.
I do too.
Yeah, at 29, I have the Magic.
Ooh,
I have the Pistons at 28, the Kings at 27, the Thunder at 26, Pacers at 25.
All right, wait, hold on. I have the Spurs at 29, the Thunder at 28, the Magic at 27, the Pacers at 26, and the Wizards at 25. Okay.
The Wizards at 24, the Spurs at 23, the Hornets at 22, the Cavs at 21.
Ooh, I have the Cavs way up.
Well,
I got them at 17.
That's right.
I got them at 17. They're a young, good team.
Oh.
He said, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, up until this last postseason, I haven't been following basketball, so you would essentially know more about like how far along a team is than I would. But like I said, I was just kind of sticking for the most part with what they had. The only difference is I have the Knicks at 20.
I have the Knicks at 20 as well.
They weren't at 20 on the list that I was reading, but I'm like, really? They made some nice additions this offseason, and if they get fucking Donovan Mitchell, that's gonna.
Yeah, I think that would.
That's gonna.
I think that would put them in the 15.
Yes, 100%.
I have the Blazers at 19, the Lakers at 18, the Cavs at 17, the Bulls at 16. If the Nets retain Kyrie and Durant with their lineup, I respectfully, I think they're at 15. I don't want to go into the conversation about Kevin Durant. I'm not.
Yeah.
We're not doing that no more. He can go fuck himself. The Hawks at 14, the Raptors at 13, Pelicans at 12, Minnesota at 11. I stayed with the Mavs at 10, but I think they're gonna flow outside of 10. I think losing Brunson is gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
I have
hold on. Let me
right,
pause you. So, I have the Hawks at 19, the Blazers at 18, the Raptors at 17, the Lakers at 16,
Okay.
the Pelicans at 15, Bulls at 14, the Jazz at 13, the Timberwolves at 12, the Sixers at 11, the Nets at 10.
All right. I have the Heat at 9, Grizzlies at 8, Nuggets at 7, 76ers at 6.
Okay, so I said I got the Nets at 10, I got the Nuggets at 9, the Clippers at 8, the Celtics at 7, Dallas at 6, and Miami at 5.
All right. So I have the Clippers at 5. I have the Celtics at 4, the Suns at 3, the Bucks at 2, and the Warriors at 1.
I got the Suns at 4, Memphis at 3, the Warriors at 2, and I have the Bucks at 1. For two reasons.
Yeah, here it comes.
I'll give you the first one right off the rip. I'm just tired of Golden State, and I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna put them at 1. I don't care if they won the championship last year. They can go fuck themselves. Number 2, coming into this season, if the Bucks are healthy and with the Essentials still having the same core of players that they have, they're right back in it next year.
Yeah, they're the threat to take the East. You know, but
And
if the
and
Celtics play the way they did, they're poised. They can go back.
the Bucks are my pick to win the NBA Finals next year. Like I said,
I think the Clippers are gonna make a run. Kawhi and Paul George. And
they got to stay healthy.
Yeah, if they stay healthy, I think they can make something happen.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. It's going to be a good basketball season. I'm excited for it. I just wish all this hogwash would, fucking pan over, and we can get down to, set lineups and what it's looking like projection for the season, because we'll get this, I think, the schedule soon enough. I mean, they just released the doubleheader opening night games are 76ers versus Celtics and Lakers versus Warriors.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm definitely not watching either one of those. They still have the Lakers. They still have the Lakers as a favorite to land Kyrie. And honestly, on top of that, LeBron just signed a 2-year extension with the Lakers. I will not watch a Laker game until he leaves LA.
Well, by 2025, they'll both be gone. Or 2024.
So when he's gone, I'll watch the Lakers again. Until then, I'll watch the Heat. I'll watch the Bucks. I'll watch the Suns. I will not watch a Laker game. Won't do it. Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Even with that so-called championship in 2020. No, that's a bullshit championship, just like the Dodgers bullshit World Series in 2020. So, and even if it wasn't a half-assed championship with the COVID, no, I don't care. LeBron, and he can win it the next 2 years with the Lakers. I won't give a fuck. Nope.
God, please, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Danny said,
That's how that's it's not. I don't hate him, but that's how much I dislike LeBron. I am not a LeBron fan at all.
I don't think they're gonna be healthy enough. I think Anthony Davis is still gonna have his troubles staying healthy. I don't think he really cares that much. I mean, as we seen, that interview months ago, he's like, "Oh, I haven't shot a basketball since I don't even know."
Like 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, I know.
Are you out of your fucking mind, dude? You're not at least crumpling up paper in your house, your big ass house, and at least throwing it at the can or something?
Oh, Jeannie, what have you done to this team?
She'll right the ship. It always gets righted.
Yeah, when LeBron's gone.
Yeah, and then they'll have,
Palinka's got to go too.
Well, hopefully for their sake.
Yeah.
She'll figure it out. They always do. But I also think that's the reason why Magic Johnson stepped in and bounced back out so fast.
Yeah.
When they asked him that question, he's like, in that interview, he's like, "I'm not going to be there."
Yeah, definitely. For his sake, he had to get the fuck out.
They get the fuck out.
Like it's like at the end of the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin when the guy's waxing for it's like, dude, get the fuck out.
Yo, you're an asshole. Get the fuck out. All right. Whew, I guess we'll segue right into our verses. This week it's Nolan Ryan versus the great Cy Young. So I'll let you go first.
All right. So obviously Cy Young, they have the Cy Young Award named after this guy. So I mean, right off the rip, I'm we can go over the stats and everything, but right off the rip, I'm taking Cy Young regardless. Um, 511 wins, 2.63 career ERA, 2,803 strikeouts, 18 saves, a career 163 career WAR, 906 career games, a 1.130 WHIP. For anyone that doesn't know, because I wasn't sure what it was when I seen that, WHIP is walks plus hits per innings pitched. So 1.00 is good. Less than one would be considered exceptional. So I think for his whole career, 1.130 is pretty damn good. World Series champ. He was a Triple Crown winner, five-time wins leader, two-time ERA leader, two-time strikeout leader. Now, these little stats are MLB records. 511 wins, 7,356 innings pitched, 815 games started, 749 complete games, and 25 and a third consecutive hitless innings pitched. And, like I said, they named the Cy Young Award after him. And if anyone was ever curious about his name, well, his real name is Denton. Denton Young.
Okay.
But he got his nickname because he destroyed fences using his fastball. And after he did that, the fences looked like a cyclone had hit it. So, they just shortened it up to Cy.
All right.
So, and it's like I said, before we started, it's nothing against Nolan. But if you have these kind of stats and they named the greatest award a pitcher can win individually after you got my vote. So.
All right. So I'll give you some records from Nolan first. Then his accolades, and then I'll give you the stats, and then I'll pull up the comparison. So he has a record, the record for most seasons, tying 27 seasons. He had 108.9 mile an hour fastball, which is still the Guinness record. It's still in the Guinness record, but it's the fastest fastball ever pitched. He amassed 324 wins to go with all-time record for no-hitters in 7 and strikeouts with 5,714. All right. Oh, shit.
Little lost there, buddy?
Yeah, fuck you. I lost my page. Okay. All right, Dick. All right. Jesus Christ. So he had 324 wins, 292 losses. He had a win percentage of .526. His ERA was 3.19. He played 807 games. He started 773. He had 5,386 innings pitched. He gave up only 3,923 hits, 2,178 runs. His earned runs was 1,911. He only gave up 321 home runs. He has the most walks, 2,795. IBB, whatever the fuck that is. I already said the strikeouts at 5,714. What the fuck? What's H9, Danny?
H9 hits per 9.
Oh, he has 6.6, which is a record. His whip is 1.247. His, I don't know what the fuck a FIP is. FIP.
I
2.97.
want to say that's, I don't know, maybe something to do with fielding. Let me look it up real quick while you keep going. You said FIP,
2,
right?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alrighty. So he averaged 9 strikeouts.
Okay, yeah, see, so I was right. Fielding independent pitching.
Fielding independent pitching, 2.97. Alright. All-Stars. Alright, so he's won, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 MVPs.
And you said his FIP was 2.97, right?
Yep.
So that falls right in between like the league average, between 2.0s and 3s.
Alright, so what was Cy Young's whip?
1.130.
Alright, and Nolan's was 1.247. Alright.
Still pretty damn good. Not as good, but still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Over the course of 27 years, yeah, I would think so.
That's fucking ridiculous. His WAR was 81.3.
Half of that is Cy Young.
Yeah. All right. Now I'll pull up the comparison page. All right. Standard rank. Okay. Pitched. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Both careers. All right. So Cy Young has him in wins, 511 to 324.
I mean, Cy Young did have 315 losses, but
yeah, well, they pitched way more games.
And dude, if you have 749 complete games, I mean, you know,
he has him on wins loss 6.19 to 5.26. The ERAs, I mean, he's got him by 7, 37, 19, 47. He's got him by 56 points, 0.056 points in ERA.
So Nolan's ERA was better?
No. Nolan was 3.19 to Cy's 2.63.
Okay.
Nolan pitched 773 games to Cy Young's 815. What the fuck is GF now?
That's all it says?
No, I have more.
The GF though, what? That's. Oh, games finished.
Yeah, games finished. Oh, 84 from Cy Young to 13 for Nolan. All right, so saves 18, Cy Young, Nolan 3. Innings pitched 7,356, and then Nolan's 5,386. Cy Young gave up 7,092 hits to Nolan's 3,923. Cy Young gave up 3,167 runs to Nolan's 2,178. Cy Young gave up 2,147 earned runs to Nolan's 1,911. All right, now we have value here.
Is that off of a website?
Yes.
What website is that?
Just send it. Stathead.com. Yeah, maybe you can go through it better because maybe on your laptop. Unless I could do it like this.
And what, you just put their names in, or they're already going to be there?
I put their names in.
Okay. $8 a month?
What, to get that?
Yeah.
Why did I get it?
I don't know. Maybe.
How did
Oh
I get
wait, no. I
Look,
think I just.
look. I went to I looked up Nolan Ryan, right, on the all reference baseball all reference. If you scroll down, right, right underneath his stats, like when they're done, right, you'll see compare Nolan Ryan to, and then just search the player.
Oh, okay. See, so that's how you're getting it through that.
Yeah. Just give us a second here,
Honestly,
folks. I'm sorry about that.
I mean, a game 7 in the World Series, I'd, I'd rather have Cy Young.
I I'd rather have Nolan just for the simple fact that he may throw no fucking hitter.
I mean, yeah, but look, you gotta. Honestly, I feel
Come on, he's the
if
only
you,
guy to throw fucking 2 no-hitters within 60 days of themselves.
I get it, and I'm not saying he wasn't great, but look at the eras in which they played. I feel as though the era in which Cy Young played, I make the debate that the players were
I
better,
I
maybe. You know,
I,
what I mean, look, there were great players during Nolan Ryan's era, but I mean,
I think better ball players than back then, as a group. I'm not saying individually.
as
The
a
league,
group,
yeah, like at that time, you had some of the most prolific hitters in the game. You had the best hitter of all time, Pete Rose. He played against Nolan a lot. Pete Rose, Tony Gwynn, Frank Thomas. That list can keep going. Now for
well,
that,
Tony Gwynn and Frank Thomas came, I think, right after Nolan Ryan did,
now he faced him.
or maybe at the back end of his career. But I don't know.
But I mean, for both of them, they both played very long. So and they were dominant.
Cy Young played 22 years.
Yeah, Nolan played 27, but I think after the first 4 or 5 years with the Mets, that's when he went to the.
Once he got traded, that
That's
was
when
it.
yeah.
He took off. So
I took off wasn't the word. I got that guy's fucking name right here. Fucking helped him. Tom Morgan.
Tom, who's that?
That's the guy. That's the pitching coach that helped Nolan become who he was. Because early on, Nolan, the way he threw so intensely, he would fall off the mound. So that's why he was wild. Right.
Yeah, he was definitely wild.
Once he fixed that, it was off to the races. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Cy Young. I just, yes, Nolan has the most strikeouts, right? And he's in less games pitched, right? So I think that's got to be said for something. Because if he played, let's say he pitched as many games as Cy Young did, how many strikeouts do you think he would have had? Maybe 7,000.
Something like that.
Like, then would we really having this conversation? 7,000 fucking strikeouts?
I just looked up Tom Morgan. He was a farmer in his native California. His nickname was Plowboy.
Was what?
Plowboy.
Plowboy?
Plowboy.
Plowboy. Oh my god. Oh my god, sweet Jesus. Oh my lord. So for me, it's just how dominant he was, in his time for 27 years, and I loved his tenacity and his attitude. I'll plunk you one, motherfucker. I don't give a shit. I'll hit you, and then if you got something to say, you can come say it. We can get it in.
It's like, as far as intensity and when you compare like that, I think like Max Scherzer, as far as intensity and is the nowadays Nolan Ryan, as far as just sheer intensity.
Yeah.
And I mean, stats wise, obviously apples to oranges, but
I mean,
intensity wise,
I mean, I wish we can get Robin Ventura on the show. That'd be fucking great. What were you thinking running out there? What were you thinking?
hey,
I don't think. Look. Robin Ventura wasn't about it. It was like as soon as he grabbed, what I mean, Nolan, it was
Emotional damage.
5-2 Blue Jays. Just gonna put that in there.
Put that in the air. Put that into the stratosphere.
Let's go Blue Jays.
I definitely, you have to respect what Cy Young did, you know, as a pitcher and as a
I mean, for
player.
Christ's sakes, they named the fucking, like I said, the greatest individual award a pitcher can win after him.
Yeah, but
So you gotta be great.
yes, of course. This is not like we're comparing some bum to Nolan Ryan.
You know,
Like,
and
put it this way, I would say this: Nolan and Cy Young are so fucking good. There's very few people you could literally throw up against them
yeah,
without being disrespectful.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This wouldn't even be a debate if it wasn't for what these two gentlemen did.
Yeah,
Like longevity, Cy Young pitching complete games. You know, Nolan breaking the speed fucking limit on fucking fastballs.
Cy Young winning over 500 games.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they were. I think if I remember, I was looking at his stats the other night when I looked at it. I think every year, except for like maybe 5 or 6 years, and those were towards the back end of his career. Every year he was winning at least 25 games or more.
Cy Young?
Yeah,
Jesus. I think Nolan did that. Let's see.
I know Cy Young won 36 games by himself one year, and that's ridiculous. I mean, yes, two different eras, but still,
Where the fuck is the games won?
you know, I mean, like you were just saying, you know, there's only maybe a small handful of guys that you could probably compare to them.
Yeah.
You know, oh, Mets are gonna score again. You could put guys up there like, you know, Christy Mathewson and I don't like. Let me look up the greatest pitchers ever, but
Where the fuck is his wins?
Walter Johnson's a guy you can put on. You know, you can compare
Yeah.
one of them to. You know, Sandy Koufax, Bob Gibson.
Yeah, but
You know,
to be
honestly,
to be honest, you can't even put Sandy Koufax next to Nolan Ryan. Nolan
That's-
Ryan shattered all of his records.
yeah, but I mean,
Now
it's
Nolan
just-
would argue it because that's Nolan Ryan's favorite player of all time. I would just say statistic wise, Sandy can't stand next to Nolan anymore.
no.
That's a clear like if we did that next week and we argued that, I'm sorry, Sandy's taking the L there.
Well, of course. You know, so you know, there's not too many guys that you can put up next to them. You know, Warren Spahn could be another one, maybe. You know, Grover Cleveland. You know, I mean, shit, maybe even Satchel Paige. You know, because when did baseball start recording stats? Let me see.
1983 or no, 18 something. I'm trying to look for Nolan. Where the fuck it says wins?
So stats begin. Oh, so Stats LLC began tracking pitch counts and no, but that's not what I want, asshole. Well, it says since the creation, but
Where the fuck is the games won? Where the fuck do you see that shit? This is really fucking grinding my gears.
what are you trying to find?
How many like wins per season?
For who?
Oh, no wins. Oh wow, I'm a fucking Riri.
Right in front of you, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So from what I can see, they've always been recording stats when it's come to baseball. But
Nolan had 2 years where he had 20 wins. He had 22 and 21, and 1 year he had 19 and 16. No, 2 years of 19 and 16. Let's see how many losing records he had. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
so as far as wins go, this is I'm gonna go down as far as wins for Cy Young. I'm not gonna count. I'm not. Well, you can count his first year. I mean, he had 9 wins, but Next year is when he took the fuck off. So 27, 36, 33, 26, 35, 28, 21, 25, 26, 20, 33, 32, 28, 26.
Oh God.
Like, come on now. It's like,
Yeah, but we we,
I
we, we
get
could
it.
still argue competition wise back then as well. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
still a hell of an accomplishment. You know what I mean? That's fucking ridiculous. So I like
You know what I mean?
now the disrespect that Nolan Ryan never won a Cy Young is ridiculous. He should have won
Yeah, I
at least
agree.
3. But I
I
think in
mean,
terms of this versus, it's this is if you were we were doing like top 5 dead or alive, like pitchers, right? Starting pitchers, just starting pitchers. They have to either be 1 or 2.
yeah. You know, I mean, Cy Young only gave up 138 career home runs,
Mm.
you know. And honestly, he was technically a hitter before he became a pitcher. I mean, not long, so there really isn't anything to go on. But I remember, I think I was reading in his Wikipedia that um, when he first started playing baseball, I think the first game he ever played where he was a hitter, I think he went like 3 for 3.
Oh
So I
shit.
mean, you
Well,
know,
I mean,
had he been a hitter,
back in the day, baseball was at its truest form then, where pitchers did hit and they had to rely
yeah,
on hitting good. So I mean, at the time that Nolan came into the game, it was you pitch. That's all you do. You pitch.
yeah. So
I want to get for the background, guys. I want to get a picture of Nolan Ryan punching Robin Ventura. I think that'd be fucking great. I think I'm gonna take down Dak and put that right there. And hey, Danny,
that's fun.
Nolan won you a World Series too, boy.
Oh,
65. He was the one that closed.
69.
Oh, 69. He was the one that closed out that game. He threw like 5 innings.
Still, regardless.
Respect, dog. Respect.
And I'll give all the respect to Nolan. I've always, you know, I mean, I never watched him as a kid, but I mean, because I couldn't obviously, but you know, when as you're growing up and you started hearing about all the greatest pitchers that ever lived and played the game, to know that Nolan Ryan has the most strikeouts ever and threw the hardest ever and complete no hitters and everything,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, at the time when Nolan was doing that, where he pitched the 2 no hitters within 60 days of each other. I mean, baseball had never seen anything like that up until that point.
yeah,
To that magnitude of like, now I'm not talking complete games and perfect games
that
and
was
stuff
just
like that.
sheer dominance,
Yeah, that's what the fuck is this guy on? You know what I mean? Like,
right? Yeah,
but I mean, I wish we got the chance to watch Cy Young and Nolan. You know what I mean? Put their films side by side and whatever. You know what I mean? Then it would be, I think the argument would be even better. You know?
I mean, it's still preference based right now to a degree, but then if we were able to really look at them side by side pitching, like if you take Cy Young's greatest game and Nolan's greatest game, and we were able to watch the both of them, we'd be able to make a better determination of who we'd prefer.
Yeah.
Like
I think
so.
that'd be fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah,
Though.
imagine that'd be nice.
Just like watching 2 masters at a craft just do their thing. Like,
Yep, absolutely.
that would be a beautiful thing to fucking see.
I agree. And it is official. The Skankies
The
have lost.
Skankies. Oh, they lost?
Oh yeah,
Stop it. Get some help.
because
Emotional damage.
it's not in the. Yep, there it is. Final 5-2.
That's 7 games, right? Now,
Yeah.
it's 7. Tomorrow, if they lose, it's 6.
Oh
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
I smell blood in the water.
Yep, me too.
The roof is on fire.
And I think the Blue Jays can sense it too.
Yes. I think they can. I think, and this is where, like I always say, Danny, like, oh, when we talk about the Mets or other teams, like, oh, just try to take 3 out of 4. No, go for the gusto now.
Yeah.
Put a message in them. Like, I'll see
Yep.
you. I'll see you again.
Yeah. sweep. Go for the sweep tomorrow, and then just keep playing the way you're playing, because
Because you can catch them.
yes,
If you guys win tomorrow and the next 2 games, and the Mets do what I think they're gonna do to the Yankees, it's 4 games.
yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for Saturday's episode. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Bright and early this time.
Yeah, 11.